the NFL on EA Sports.
And coming up, we'll see Mac Jones, as he's on over 4,000 yards passing now for the year.
It's the Patriots and the Barons coming up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Brooklyn Barons and the New England Patriots. Welcome to the broadcast booth, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and we've got an interesting matchup here featuring two of the league's best in what they do. We have one of the best rushing attacks in the NFL going up against a team who's made their money defensively by shutting things down through the air, CD.
Yeah, and Brandon, I want to see how well-rounded each team is because we know what they're a league leader in. How well can you do the other things that you need to do on that side of the ball? To me, this is a chance for the lesser heralded guys this season to come through and help earn a victory.
Here's the former Auburn kicker, Daniel Carlson, to get this one started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here come the Patriots getting ready on offense. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there was also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Throwing Jones. And incomplete to open things up. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now Jones. He finds his man, complete. It's Barnett. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Jones. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Patriots send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018 from Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. From the 38, Mayfield. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Mayfield on 1st down. It's caught. Reception by Holmes. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Mayfield. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4. They were able to win last last week, despite him being sacked 4 times, they might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Patriot offense heading back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked up by DJ Reed. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. Boy, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. New England's offense set to go. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. Finding space at the 40. And he's going to have a Patriots first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Well, that was big right there because they're the bottom 5 in the league and converting that 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. First down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Jones. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. First down, Mayfield. And finding the tight end, Hooper.
Mayfield's pass complete to Austin Hooper. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's Holmes. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. Third and short yardage. Mayfield looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
A run now with Holmes. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Mayfield down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They go play action. Mayfield. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Mayfield. Forced out to his left. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mayfield to throw it. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
New England trying to get a place on offense. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Harris running straight ahead. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw. Jones. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, Can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And if you're wondering just how quickly that sack occurred, the next-gen stats tell us 2.6 seconds is all he had to throw the football. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Josh Paschal there to bring him down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Mayfield looks to throw. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. And the Patriots are going to take possession of the football.
Parker, I think this one won't arrive very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
New England's offense set to go. And they'll take over here following the interception with a chance to tie the ball game. It's 1st and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Throwing on 2nd down. Jones. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Here's Jones on 3rd down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Justin Tucker on for the field goal. A 54-yard attempt.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Mayfield. Holmes has got it complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Here's Blake Gillikin now. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. So the Patriots coming out now. And they were in field goal range last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Jones now from the gun on 3rd down. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And taken right on the 30. Dancing away at the 35. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is taken in at the 5. And what a big-time play there. 64 yards. But Baker Mayfield only 6'1", but he can certainly sling it, and we saw evidence of that right there.
And boy, that was something to watch, wasn't it? How about the way these guys came out here in the first quarter? They really put their stamp on this game early with their play calls, and they certainly look good so far. And that one spanning an even 65 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Throwing, Mayfield. And it's caught. Touchdown. Austin Hooper. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Barons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Following the interception, Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll run with Holmes. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Moore. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
Out is Carlson now for the Raider field goal. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. Carlson able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he returns this to the 22. And now out come the Patriots. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jones being chased, and he can't find anywhere nowhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Jones throwing on 3rd and long. And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game. Picked off by DJ Reed. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
To throw, Mayfield. And it's caught. Touchdown. Austin Hooper. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Barons are able to add on to their first half lead. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan of how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fielded right around the 8. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. Well, here we sit, week 17. Just one more week in the regular season after this one. So if you're one of these teams trying to make a move and improve your spot or jump in from the outside, Charles, you better make that move now.
And these final games are often a good barometer for all those teams fighting for position or a wild card spot. They have to be able to get the job done these last 2 weeks before things get even tougher when the playoffs officially begin.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Jones. Finding Harris on back-to-back plays. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Again, he'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw away.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So they bring out their punter as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And the return man will shuffle through the white stuff, secure the fair catch with both hands. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Patriots take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll start the drive with Harris. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
5-yard gain on the play. That's good.
Looking to throw. Jones. Incomplete.
This, the second meeting between these two division rivals. You might recall they met earlier in the year, and it was the Patriots who got the win on the road, so they'll look to finish off the sweep here in Foxborough.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Jones. Throw left side, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense. There he goes, right side. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown.
Charles, they are putting on a show right now. I mean, with that fumble return for the touchdown, you think about the size of this advantage. Heck, it's a 4-score game right now, and we're still in the first half.
And that has to be the highlight, Brandon, with how infrequently we see fumbles return to the house. But if you aren't inclined to pick this as the game signature play so far, you do have no shortage of alternatives to select from. This has been nothing short of a clinic. And as noted, we still have a half a ball to play.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And a route is on here in this first half. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
This one fielded at the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Offense returns to the field. There's the running back, the bruiser from Alabama, Damian Harris.
Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Well, that is interception number 4 for him, Charles. 4 here in the first half alone, and they're already trailing by 4 possessions.
Makes me wonder, partner, do they just not have any confidence at all in the backup, or do they just have that much confidence in him? Able to throw 4 picks already, they're certainly hoping that he can turn things around and quickly.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, Charles, I think you'd have to call that a win for the defense after the turnover already in field goal range, and they had to settle for 3.
Yeah, the beautiful part is you start so close to the end zone that your thought process on offense has to loosen up a little bit because you're thinking to yourself, you're almost guaranteed 3. Let's take some good shots at the end zone and try and turn it into 6.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Patriots ready to get the football back.
It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down.
What's the deal, y'all?
So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. He's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Nash. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and
now a handoff up the middle. It's Barnett. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
it's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd.
Now Jones. And the catch made by Johnson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st down, Nash. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, it's Barnett. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
Throwing Jones. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe...
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
41 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, backside guys,
Meh.
that's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, Worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll run. This is Holmes. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up at halftime while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box. We'll be sending you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
He finds his man, complete. It's Barrett. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Jones on 1st and 10. He finds his man, complete. That's Barnett. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Bryce Hall. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And it's the Falcons who are out in front in the second quarter. James Robinson, 3 touchdown runs. Next, we'll stay in the NFC South as we head back here to Florida. Check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. George Pickens, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they trail the visiting Chiefs in that one. Patrick Mahomes has thrown a touchdown pass. We'll move on now to check out the next-gen stats in that first half for our home team. And even though they've got the big cushion, I would imagine they'd like to see a little more out of their passing game. Pretty pedestrian numbers through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they too did throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
And the half will begin with a touchback. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
On the carry, it's Holmes. Oh, with a juke. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Mayfield on play action. It's caught. Reception by Holmes. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Holmes, and he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. 68 yards rushing for him now in this one as he is closing in on 1,800 yards for the year.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this one's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Mayfield off the play fake. Steps away. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. And they'll send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield.
That pass complete to Moore.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Up the middle they go. Holmes. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
And now Mayfield on the bootleg. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Holmes. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On first down, it's Holmes. He'll get it across the 35. It'll be second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup.
They'll keep it on the ground. Holmes. And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line.
Brought down at the 39-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
On third down, it's Holmes. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. New England trying to get to place on offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
On third down, it's Nash. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Devin Bush driving in and picking up the sack. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfect.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. And on now is the punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard. Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Jones. And now here is another interception. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
From the third team now, they work on 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Holmes. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. 9-yard line, 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Holmes. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Now to try the field goal, here's Daniel Carlson from 28 yards out. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further. They come through with 3 after the turnover, but CD, second half, you're starting inside the red zone. Obviously, they would have liked 6 out of that.
Absolutely, because that's all you're thinking is how do you get it into the end zone? You want the field goal to be the last resort. In this case, they gave it a great try, but did have to settle for 3.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
And the Patriots gearing up to go now.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing it up 4th down.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. .51 yards on the punt there.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield looking left side, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They'll run on 1st down. Holmes. And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up. On 2nd down now. It's Holmes. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And this is complete to Moore on the comebacker. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one good for 24 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Up the middle they go. Holmes. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Holmes. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 98 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On 1st down, Holmes. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Mayfield to throw it.
He'll get this one complete to Atwell.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Mayfield now. Touchdown! Elijah Moore, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Barons are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. New England's offense set to go. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. He finds his man complete. That's Barrett. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Here's Jones throwing on 1st down. In trouble, and he's taken down.
Holding offense.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Buying time to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. He finds his man complete. It's Barnett. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. 25 yards that time on the punt.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? Best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
114 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Holmes. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And it's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 37. Lions pick up the 14 yards and it moves the sticks.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. On 2nd down now. It's Holmes. And he's going to take this down close to the first as he's brought down at the Patriots 29. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Now a handoff up the middle. Holmes. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They'll run on first down. It's Holmes, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Mayfield looks to throw.
That's quickly to Atwell on the slant.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
On the jet sweep, this is Eskridge.
And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. On 2nd down, it's Holmes. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Escaping the pressure right. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses, It's understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Carlson able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line.
Out of the gun, he'll throw.
And incomplete on the deep ball. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Jones throw complete there to Johnson.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Jones now on 3rd and 2.
Again, it's Johnson. And he will have a Patriots 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Holmes. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. On 3rd down, it's Holmes. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Now Jones throwing to start the drive. He finds his man, complete. It's Nash. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for our visitors,
they conclude the regular season with a final record of 11-6.
And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Patriots,
it could be a potentially devastating loss as they finish with a mark of 9-8.
But they've got better days in their future. Of that, you can be sure.